This is the news from Trekzone. And you can get exclusive behind-the-scenes info and first play access to all Trekzone podcasts by becoming a member today. Click join on every Trekzone video on YouTube. Go to the trek.zone/support or scan the QR code on screen throughout the show. Now, it's back to you, Matt.
Well, thank you very much, Ross. And a quick mention of our socials, Trekzone's on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and your favourite podcast feed. Find us, like, follow, and subscribe. Leave comments and ratings, and that'll help us convince the algorithm we're worth promoting. It's the 35th week of 2021. Let's get the latest Star Trek production news. We'll soon meet a third Borg Queen, with Annie Wesching cast as the character made famous by Alice Cridge in First Contact and Susanna Thompson in Voyager. This continues to play on the temporal theme set out in the teasers for Picard we know so far, with Terry Matalas, co-showrunner of Picard, tweeting, "Watch your futures end," that famous line from the Borg Queen in First Contact. So did the Borg succeed in that alternate timeline of destroying Zefram Cochrane's ship? The question remains. Annie is returning to Star Trek, having played Liana in the first season Enterprise episode Oasis alongside Renee Auberginois. Well, following a 6-month production phase, Season 2 of Picard has wrapped after a pandemic delay of around 8 months. Various cast and crew have been tweeting the good news and confirming that they're moving straight into shooting the 3rd season, probably to try and make up lost time from the pandemic. This means we'll now have 5 seasons of Star Trek heading to Paramount Plus in the very near future, likely finally achieving the goal of non-stop Star Trek on the platform. Discovery's 4th season, Picard's 2nd, Strange New Worlds 1st, Lower Decks 2nd, and Prodigy's 1st are all in the pipeline and at various stages of post-production. Very exciting. Well, in a new promo for the 4K release of the original movies, William Shatner says the Star Trek phenomenon is like nothing else in Hollywood, and he doesn't understand how it's continued to endure. The movies are newly remastered from original film elements and presented with Dolby Vision and HDR10. The collection includes 4 Ultra HD Blu-ray discs, as well as 4 remastered standard Blu-ray discs, with all the previously released bonus content. Well, we've been working through some technical issues here at Trekzone HQ, but Dr. Brad beamed in to discuss the latest science and space news last week, and we recapped the news of John Noble and Jimmy Simpson joining Prodigy as villains in series regular roles. Very exciting. Cannot wait for that. John Noble, just an incredible actor. I also was up early to tweet live from the TCA panel of the forthcoming animated series aimed at preteens, the first of its kind in Star Trek. Yes, there is Star Trek the Animated Series. It wasn't specifically targeted at preteens. That's what Alex Kurtzman has been saying. That is a fact. The animated series is there. It stands on its own. Yes, it was aimed at kids. It was not aimed at kids under 10 years of age. And if you knew a 10-year-old that was able to comprehend everything that was going on, leave a comment below because I'd love to have a chat about it and meet that child prodigy. Trekzone was the only Star Trek podcast and blog site to be invited in by Viacom CBS. We're pretty chuffed to have had the exclusive details ahead of the other sites who have been proclaiming exclusive and all sorts of other things, but Trekzone was the only blog site invited by Viacom CBS into that TCA panel. It was exciting to hear those details ahead of the rest of the world. Well, this week, programming returns to normal. Trekzone Plays is back. We're continuing Starfleet Academy. Dr. Brad will be here, and Professor Deanne Fisher will beam in to explain new research into galactic exhaust. That's a really interesting one where basically galaxies are farting out extraneous material. It is incredible. Probably a little bit more sensible when Deanne explains it. Plus, Carlos Pedraza beams in as I head to Outback Queensland to update us on the latest happenings in Axanar. Trekzone membership costs less than a cup of coffee a month. It'll be available via the join button below on YouTube. For our podcast listeners, jump onto the trek.zone/support. That's thetrek.zone/support. And supporting me grow this channel, get you first play access and behind the scenes goss. I'm pretty passionate about those things that I've talked about just now. Let's leave a comment and have a chat about it. And if you become a member, you'll have my eternal gratitude. I'm Matt Miller for Trekzone. I'll see you in the comments.